guys? It is Corie from Altcoin Buzz and Altcoin Buzz Ladies here today to talk to you about Pigzbe. You are probably sitting there making that face and saying, what is Pigzbe? It's an upcoming ICO, and I think it's a project that I really like. It's a project that I really like from like a product standpoint, and there's a lot of positives that come with it. But then from a cryptocurrency, current market cap, probably short-term success standpoint, a lot to be said. I think it's a really good example of how like an incredible product could be ahead of the time for just the current market. And how do you look at it? How do you invest in it? What are you thinking on it? So it's definitely something I want to dig into, and I will sidetrack for a second. If any of you have ever watched the show Psych on, I think it was on TBS or something like that. I think it was USA. Needless to say, I'm not an expert in what channel it was on. But if you've ever seen the show Psych, there's an episode where it's like a Clue, the movie Clue, kind of play off, and they are kind of making fun of the movie Clue. And the butler's name is Pigzbe. And needless to say, every time I say the word Pigzbe, I have to say it in the tone of Pigzbe, just like they say Pigzbe on the episode. So it's been driving me insane that I do this and that every time I see like the snapshots from that show. But yeah, I mean, like that was a really, really random, non-useful tangent for this video. But if you've seen the show or if you look it up, hopefully you won't think I'm crazy. So we'll get into it. But for those of you who have absolutely no idea about what Pigzbe is, it's a technology that is actually going to be very useful for parents. So it's a technology to help teach financial literacy to your kids. It's a way that you can give them an allowance, you can give them payment for certain chores through technology and put it on this cool little like wallet that the kids actually get, and it lights up and it looks like a little pig. And the kid gets to see how much money they have, and they see it within the Wallow token that comes with the Pigzbe entire atmosphere and platform. And so the kids get these Wallow, and then they learn what they could buy with that amount of Wallow. So you have $1 worth of Wallow. Well, that translates into 3 bananas. You could go out and buy 3 bananas. And it just helps little kids ages like 5, 6 start to think about, you know, the power of a dollar and what can they buy with it. And there's these games that come with it, and there's these apps that come with it. And I definitely see a lot of potential here. This is something that's going to be useful going forward. This is something that is going to be a product that people want to buy into. And you know, we'll get into it, we'll look at the team, but the team has a lot of really strong performers. They've got a lot of background in product development and higher, yeah, I have no idea what I was going to say. I have no idea. That thought is gone. But the team is really impressive for this, and I see a lot of potential here. I do have some current concerns, and we'll get into that kind of, you know, is this the right market to be bringing a product like this to? As well, you know, a really great white paper, and we'll walk through why I think so. And I think that the team and their background and their skills specifically really bring a diverse perspective to this white paper. And it's something I want to point out to you. There is one area of like grammatical inaccuracy or reads a little rough in the white paper. But overall, I was really, really happy with it. And the website was phenomenal. They've already got, you know, a product and they're ready to go. It's just, it's a great thing. Whether it's a smart investment though, we'll get to based on, you know, some of the negatives that I could identify with it. So hopefully you enjoy. This is Pigzbe. Here we go. I forgot before we get started, as I usually forget before we get started, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm not giving you investment advice. I am clearly articulating my opinion on Pigzbe, as well as the things that I caught during my own personal review of it. I've had discussions. I've formed my own opinions. You should do the same. You should not invest based on the content of this video, and in no way should what is discussed here be considered tax advice. So, back to the regular scheduled program. back to the regularly scheduled program. If you cannot tell, I'm struggling today. So here we go. All right, guys. So here we are. We're in the Pigzbe white paper, and we're gonna go really quickly through it. I think it's like a 36-page white paper. But there's just some points I want to point out inside it. So as we said, you know, I personally really think that this is a cool little product that they have there. The actual bank, it's a piggy bank for your kid. It's pink. The pink one is your kids. The black one is going to be the adults. But I think it's really cool how it lights up and looks like a pig. You can see here a picture of the app. The app, you can watch a video on this too, and you'll see it actually automated. But the app, the piggy bank, then walks through and shows the kids, you know, how they can use the money that they have and what the value is. And while I haven't gotten to look really much into what the app will provide, and it doesn't go into it, I think it'd be really cool if they allow for games within it. And I think based on some of the videos, it looks like that's what they're intending. So we go through the white paper, and you know, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to introduce you to the problem in the market and kind of the background in the market for which that this would have. So they're going to talk about the children of today, how many children are out there, the parents, how they're going to be the future of, you know, the global community. And they give you a little background on the importance of really focusing on financial literacy. I think at one point they actually talk about, and it was really interesting because I've done a little bit of background research in the past on this, but they talk about the Swiss organization. And, you know, I just found that really interesting because the Swiss are just so ahead of our time as far as focusing on the development of our youth and the importance of being really ahead of the current trends to make sure that we're educating appropriately, educating in the most efficient and effective way our children. And so just kind of seeing that in there, it was interesting because it was almost a credibility point. You know, if you're going to say something about the Swiss, I clearly understand that you even understand, being the team here, the importance of what the Swiss have been doing. They go into some background on the team and their successes in the background. I'll let you guys read on this. Again, when we get down to the team, I'll get into a little bit more about it. They give you a little bit of the background on Pigzbe, the educational app, using cryptocurrency between the family, and then they actually get into a point, and you know, you'll see it here. They will have a feature by which you can get a card and actually take the money. The kid can take the money out of their piggy bank and actually spend with it. So again, bringing that, not only the saving feature that, you know, parents are already doing with their kids, but then allowing the kid to take that money and spend it. They go into the utility token of Wallow, discuss it, token economics, growth and liquidity. We're just going to skim through all of these. Then they get to this, supply and distribution, token distribution chart. This was a really interesting thing. And, you know, one of the things I found really interesting about their token distribution is they have their usual ICO pool, growth pool, active incentive pool. They have the founders pool, service provider pool, and partnership and advisor pool. But the M&A pool is something that I found extremely interesting. And they actually go on to explain a little bit about the M&A pool. But they're saving almost 2% of their tokens then for future merger and acquisition potential. And they discuss the fact that they could see partnerships, they could see activity in which they buy into or merge with potential other types of projects like this. And, you know, just having an eye for that, having a team that is not just looking at their product today, but looking to the future of, you know, we want to partner with products that are coming out for similar reasons and, you know, serving similar uses, and we want to be prepared now for those growth opportunities. That was something I really liked. I really liked seeing that forward-looking aspect of this white paper, and I see it in a number of places. So then we keep going. Token rationale, again, they're just going through each of the pools here, M&A pool, trading Wallow. They go through the technology. They talk about how the parent account and other family members then can use it. You can send the kid a chore. Once they complete it, you're able to send them their tokens. And, you know, just the ease of it and letting a kid use technology. I mean, think of the last time you went to a restaurant. Think of the last time you went to most public places and you see a family there. You see kids on iPhones. You see them on iPads. And technology is the next step for kids. If you are a parent who hasn't given your kid an iPad or hasn't given your younger children an iPhone, you probably know that they've probably asked for it. They're probably constantly begging you to use yours. And so seeing this forward thinking of even a piggy bank that you can put on an iPad, you can put into this technology and give them this bank, I really think that this could be a very successful idea and very successful in getting that engagement from the kid and getting that excitement. So they go through, sorry, that was on tangent again, but then they go through the functional systems and what each person is going to be able to do, the user, the Pigzbe team, what you can do with the token, the hardware. So they go through the discussion of the actual hardware of it, the app on the computer, and then what each person can do. So the primary user, that's going to be your parent or another person in the family, is going to create the account. They're going to add the children, other family members. They're going to be the one to buy and receive the wallet. They're going to set up the task. The children are only going to be able to view their balance, view the exchange value. So you're going to be able to say, and I think it's an example, but how many bananas could you own with this? How many carrots could you buy with this? How many dollars do you have in this? And it's something that they can really start to understand, you know, the value of a banana compared to the value of a table. And they can start to see those types of things. Then you are able to bring in family members and have them also engage in the group. Something that stood out to me, and it stood out in a way that I was very pleased with, is the focus on security. So they go through just how secure you're going to be able to make this, and just the focus from the team on the actual layers of security here was another positive. I'll let you guys read through, but they kind of go through every single type of layer, they're calling it, of their project, of their platform, and they discuss the type of privacy and other considerations. And if you give me a second to find it, down here, the PII sensitive data, one thing that really stood out to me, you can see I flagged it in a second, is the fact that they're already being compliant with privacy and sensitive information acts. So they're following Data Retention Directive, the e-Privacy Directive, the UK Data Protection Act. They're already ahead. You know, this is something we're seeing in the market that I actually see an issue with. There's a lot of projects, a lot of platforms are saying nobody's regulating this. We're not really covered under the requirements of these specific acts or these specific laws to have to comply with them. And so it's an area in which you say, well, you know, if it's ever expanded, and if it's ever expanded in a way that's retroactive, could these companies, could these projects ever get slapped? Well, this is something I find really positive about the Pigzbe team. They have actively tried to abide by certain data protection acts and security requirements that are out there in order to provide better reassurance to the end user. And I really appreciate that about the team. If you're wondering about this, this is the one area I thought I got that read a little awkwardly. At Pigzbe, we avidly participants to the new digital economy. I'm pretty sure what they were trying to say is at Pigzbe, we are avid participants to the new, or we are, you know, it reads wrong how it is. I think they were there, but I think they misworded avidly and participants together here. So one slight issue I found in when I was reading it, but I can let that one slide if that's the only one I found, and it was. We then get to the team, and you know, you can do more background person by person, but something that I found really interesting here was the fact of just in the type of environment, in the type of industry that they're going into, the key people on this team have a lot of background. The other thing that I found that was really, really exciting for me is this team is not drowning in marketing professionals. And what does that mean? The average team I look at when I'm looking at some of these ICOs, they were bringing on 6, 8, 10 people who are focused on marketing, advertisement, and just PR. If you look here, we have our CEO, we have our COO, we have our CEO. Do we have 2? Yeah, we do. We have our technology officer. So our top 4 guys, nobody here is focused on specifically marketing. As we go down and get into it, we do have electronics engineering. We do have a head of marketing, which I'd expect 1, maybe 2. We have our commercial strategy, software development, interactive design, product design lead, media and communications, the ICO advisors, the economic advisor, the investor relations guy, investor relations again, founder, commercial advisor, and ICO advisor. So just kind of reading some of these titles, one of the things I was very happy to see is this team is not just drowning in people who are going to tell you how to market to people or are going to tell you how to get in front of people and get their money. That's clearly not one of their biggest agenda items, and you can kind of get that feel when you're reading about this and you're reading about the team and you're reading about the product, is that this wasn't developed to make money. It wasn't developed in a way that you pick up that these people are financially motivated and that's their only objective here. You get the feeling that they're identifying an issue. They're identifying the issue of financial literacy and the future of developing our youth. And it's just, you get a better feeling about the intentions of this team. And that's something I found a lot of assurance from. I'd be interested to know what anybody else would say, but that's something I really enjoyed about this. Then I did find it kind of funny, like the team is very well put together and whoever helped them advise on the legal information, I kind of had a chuckle to myself. Most of these white papers, if you open them, the legal disclaimers at the end are probably 1, maybe 2 pages. Some don't even have the legal disclaimers. This team is on top of their stuff. They have 6 pages, if not 7, of disclaimers. So they definitely legally, I mean, if nothing else, I found it a lot as far as having it in the white paper, but at the same time, again, from like what you can read into that, I read into the fact that they clearly have somebody from a legal perspective on their team who knows what they're doing. So as far as negatives, because, you know, negatives are definitely something we want to look at, and balance with the positives. So there's just been a couple of things that I identified. The first is there's no real roadmap in this, and we'll go over to the site in a second, but I didn't really have a place to see, you know, I can see from their videos, I can tell that the hardware is currently existing. They appear to have the app, but I can't really tell at exact what stage it is. There's no specific stage of, you know, how they're going to onboard the ICO. Within the white paper itself, I just don't have that roadmap, and that was something I was looking for. The second thing, and this is what I was getting to at the beginning of my video, is is the market really ready for this? I think that this is an incredible product, and I think it can be very successful, yes. But what is the demographic of cryptocurrency investors currently? On average, it is 15 to 30-year-olds. It is not necessarily the demographic that has kids. And so entering the market with this product, entering into a product and bringing to market a product that is dependent on a wallow token and cryptocurrency, I just can't see it taking off up front, even if I want it to. I see some issues from that perspective. I think it's a little bit ahead of its time in that regard. Being the first to market and working out some of the issues they might have, I think that that's a great opportunity and definitely an advantage that they hold. But from a token perspective and the success of it, I would not be surprised if it was a slower to grow token. Long-term growth, I definitely could see it, especially since they're looking at long-term growth with so much forward thought. And just the idea that they're thinking about M&A activity up front, it's just something that I could see this token being more of a much longer term hold. Now, I'm not a financial advisor at all, so who knows? This could be something that gets extremely hyped by somebody. You know, YouTube goes crazy with some of these things, and so you could definitely see this one shoot up at one point. But as far as what I could see as a downfall is, I think it's not necessary. It's speaking to a need out there, but the current cryptocurrency audience does not, I think, include the demographic that it's specifically targeting, at least not the majority of it. So this was, in fact, the white paper. So I think I slightly lied in that video. I said I was going to take you to the website. I realized that my videos are kind of long every week. So I'm not going to take you separately to the website. I'll let you guys do that, but The things that you could see on the website that we hadn't seen from the white paper is you actually get a snippet of what the card will look like, so what a wallow card will actually be. As well, they have a video kind of showing how the piggy bank itself will work and how the app will work, and it's just interesting. I don't think there's really much need to put it here, but I'm sorry, in the video I think I said like when we go to the website, so wanted to come clean on that one right up front with you guys. But overall, yeah, I really like products like this. I really like teams that have in the past brought products to market, have strong background in it, and actually show a product. One of the things we're dealing with in the current cryptocurrency market is teams bringing their product to market and actually developing and delivering on what they're saying their ICO will do. So I'm really happy with this team. Maybe a longer term investment. I kind of have to look at whether I would ever personally invest in this. It's one that I stumbled upon through some discussions with people, but I hope you guys like it. Would be curious on your thoughts. You know, I think I took a lot of you by surprise by talking about Pigzbe here today, but yeah, so let me know your thoughts. Leave me a comment. Also, you can follow me on Twitter. I'm gonna like do some cool things and put like @RockyCorie, because some of you guys asked me how to spell it. @RockyCorie. You can also follow @Altcoin Buzz IO or @abuzz_ladies. You can find any of the girls on those channels. But yeah, if you have questions, if you have comments, if you want to let me know any feedback, leave it here, leave it on Twitter, let me know. And for any of those of you, because I read your comments, most of them, this is no makeup. So, you know, when I wear makeup in the future, just know I did a video with no makeup for you guys to answer the comments about the fact that I apparently wear too much makeup. So it's Saturday morning, haven't got my day started, haven't put the makeup on, so I thought I'd do the video sans makeup. Hopefully you like it. If you want to leave a comment on it and tell me your thoughts on it, by all means. In the future, if I have makeup on though, that's my decision. Did the video without, future videos will do with. That's my choice. That's all I have to say on it. Thanks for the previous comments. Maybe we can make the future comments about the content of the video. Thanks guys. See ya.